Hey y'all, today I want to share with you the evolution of my camping gear for Texas weather. We start off with a normal tent, well somewhat, it's a pop-up tent with a fan. And we watch this setup evolve as the video goes on to a 10 by 10 canopy tent with a pool and air conditioning. I will only put the info of the gear I recommend to get. Now, this is not a sponsored video at all, so I make $0 if you buy it or not. These are just my suggestions from all the things that I learned camping in Texas for years. One more thing, just to be technical, I know some people will consider this more glamping, which I'm totally okay with. In my 20s, yeah, I did my first share of primitive camping, but now in my 30s, I stick to glamping, and I'm pretty sure by the time I get in my 40s, I'll probably still be doing camping reviews, but from an RV now.
But let me show you kind of how all of this turned out, right? So first we have the electricity going straight into the canopy because I don't need it for at night in the tent, so it's fun, and I have a battery anyway. So right here, pretty standard. Let me open this up. Should have probably opened it before I started, but yeah, I mean, pretty standard. You just have the bed, sleeping bag, the pillow, which I still have to put some air in it, and then my electronics go right there, and just like a little table sitting spot just in case, but very simple, nothing crazy. I have a light in my backpack for at night, and that's it. I also have a fan, but I doubt I'll need it tonight. And then we have the canopy. So we have two doors, this one and that one. Let me just show you what it looks like from outside, just like that. And then hooked up some lights. I'm not sure if they have any energy. They were in the closet, so I don't know if they'll even light up at night, but we got them. And this is the other window. And so what we got in here is so right here, the last thing I have to do is set up the screen for the projector, which I'll do after we go to Walmart. And I'm kind of hungry, so we gotta go get some food. And then that's where the projector is gonna go. We got the power coming in right there. Just a couple little tables just to put whatever in there, and then a big table for snacks when we put buy the chips and dip. That's where we're gonna put it, right? We have a little floor right here. I thought this was gonna be a good idea, but honestly, I should have brought my other tarp to put it under, because right on top of this dirt, not so great. But I think if I would have brought my other tarp, it would have been better. And then obviously we have our chairs right there, and some ventilation going out that way. This is the other one. And then we have the utensils. These are also new. We got to test them out. This one's new to camping, but I've been using it at home. An electric grill, a walking stick for the hikes that we're going to do later on. And then we also have some, oh, here we go, utensils for camping. And then we have some dishes as well for camping, which, as you can see, these are also new. There we go. We have a couple of bowls for like soup and stuff. I said it's not so much of a bowl. And then a couple bigger ones. Wow. So I think this is pretty handy. And then we also have they're the same thing, just different colors. The utensils. Let's see what it comes with. As you can see, it's also new. I haven't used it. Alright, we got a spoon, chopping sticks, a fork, and a knife. Chopsticks, I mean, not chopping sticks.
Okay, so we shall call that the first part of this camping evolution, but let's talk about bugs. This is one of 2 tarantulas I saw this specific trip in this campsite, and around the campsite there was a whole family of them. Now, these tarantulas do not attack unless they're being attacked, so if you're cool with them, they'll be cool with you. But this is easier said than done. Me personally, like many more, I don't even like looking at them, so make sure to watch my videos on the campsites to choose the ones with less bugs. Now, onto the second part of this camping evolution. Here, it was pretty much the same setup as the first, except this time I added a tarp to one side to try to keep the AC air inside, and also added a tarp as floor. Now, this seemed like a good idea to me, but it was not. When it's this hot, the tent needs ventilation, otherwise inside the canopy it becomes hotter than outside. You notice I added a small pole, a bigger chair, bigger fan, and most importantly, a portable AC unit. I was kinda happy with this setup, except for the getting too hot inside the canopy with no ventilation. But as I mentioned, I covered the canopy to try to keep the cool air in, but also to keep the bugs out. Especially at night, you do not want to be eaten by mosquitoes, or have some bug jump on you, or even a scorpion, which I have seen here before. So, in the next evolution of this video, y'all shall see I totally left the pop-up tent behind, that's totally gone, and now use a 10 by 10 canopy with a completely covered tent with plenty of ventilation, as well as some other small stuff added to try to battle this Texas heat in the summer.
Alright, so before I show you everything else, let me just show you the canopy from outside. Like, look how tall it is. Hold on, let me go stand by it. I'm about 5'5" or so. And like the roof of the thing ends about right here. So you still have this much room from floor to roof. So yeah, it is quite big. Now that is the biggest settings. There's 3 settings, 3 little holes that it can go into, and that is the third one right there. But I mean, yeah, it doesn't come with this curtains. This curtains I put them there so it can block some of the sun out, and my projector can actually, you can actually see the projection on the projector, because when it's too light you can't see anything. There's the front right there. We'll talk about this top right here in a second. There's the back. As you can see, everything is covered. It does have windows on all sides, and obviously the door. That's exactly what that looks like. Camp Keeper. That's the brand of the canopy, as well as the tent. All right, and I'll put it on the screen somewhere. That's where you put in the cable for the electricity. So this one right here is also optional, but I would suggest to get some type of organizing thing whenever you come camping. I believe it's just so much easier to find things. It's much easier to not lose things. Whenever it's time to go, like right now, it's going to be so much easier to just leave. So for example, right here, I'm just going to take the tent. First I got to take out the canopy, unhook the canopy from the tent from the canopy, which is like that, fold it, put it in its bag, take down the canopy. That's 2 things. Whatever's inside, put it in the car. 3-4 things, and then this, and we're done, and that's it, we're done. So anyways, let's keep on going real quick. All right, so next we have this. So I actually had another canopy, and I just put it literally right next to this one, but I'm trying to keep everything as compact and little as possible, right? Because I don't want to be carrying things up and down. So I opted to take down the canopy and just do this tarp, which is pretty much exactly the same thing, right? So I pretty much just used little hooks right here, one in the middle, one at the end, and then literally just whoop. I bought this poles right here specifically for this. I'll put it on the list somewhere. You know, put some tension on it. 1 pole, 2 poles, tarp, and that's it. That's 3 things right here, and I have a whole roof. Well, let's add 4 because we have the tarp for the floor as well. And this one right here, I do try to keep it somewhat clean, but you know, we are camping. But if I wanted to, I could even just walk around without any shoes on, just because I do try to keep this kind of clean. And I like this tarp right here. And if you notice, that's kind of AC. Definitely have an AC if you're gonna camp outside in Texas. Besides the tent, you need an AC. I would rather even not have an air mattress inside, but have AC. So do with that as you will. All right, so we have another extra cooler. So this one right here, you don't necessarily need 2 coolers. I kind of thought I was gonna eat more than I did. So that's why I brought this other cooler, but normally I just bring that 1 cooler. So I don't think you're gonna need 2, well, depending on how many people are gonna come, right? In this case, another optional thing is charcoal. In my case, I have charcoal because my grill is charcoal grill. Now I need to change this to a gas grill, because since I only cook for 1, having all that charcoal in there and then just cooking 1 hot dog, it's just a waste, right? So I need to get a gas one in my case, because it's just me. If it's 2 or 3 or multiple of y'all, this works great, because look, all of that goes into this little bag right here. Yeah, all of that fits in here. So I love it in that aspect. All right. This is also optional, but I would highly suggest it. Buy yourself some type of like pool, right? So this is a dog pool right here. I just fill it up, sit in there, and it cools me down great. Now I do have this tarp to go under that, just for safety reasons. I don't want this to kind of mess up or whatever, right? But I would highly suggest some type of water pool device, whatever the case may be. Before the pool, I actually had a one of those shower things where you just fill it up, and then it's like a little shower head here, and then I would just cool down like that. So whatever works for you, but I would highly suggest something to cool you down. All right, and that's it. If you notice, that's pretty much all we have right here. Now, I also, one more thing, just some type of device to mess with the fire, right? Because obviously you can't do it with your hands, or you can always just find a stick or whatever and then move it with that. So I guess you don't necessarily need that, but in my case, since you know sometimes there are no sticks around and I just don't feel like looking for any, I just bring this little rake right here, which it actually I have the post where it goes longer, because also if I get here and the campsite is kind of dirty, I just take my rake, foam, and then I set everything up. So that's an extra step, but I would suggest it. Now here in Cedar Hill State Park, for the most part, it's clean. It's very, very clean, but you will find some campsites, probably more in Coyote Crossing, where more rocks, right? Not dirty, just more rocks, right? So it's just an easier way to kind of move them out of the way and have a more level and clear path, right? So that's it. All I'm missing, which I already put up, is an umbrella. I'm missing the umbrella, and I'm just missing the umbrella, really, that I kind of put up yesterday, and then all the other stuff that I thought I was gonna use, I already put it up as well. But all that stuff is not gonna make it to the next camping trip, because I think this is gonna be the setup that I need. Oh, lastly, lights, some type of lights. Make sure you get some lights. I would suggest rechargeable, but you know, I used to use the battery ones, but they're a hassle sometimes when the battery's out, or you know, blah 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 blah. Rechargeable is just so much easier and better for me, just because I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain. But yeah, that's it. I bought a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, I have a whole bunch of camping stuff, like a whole bunch of camping stuff, and I wanted to make this video so that way you guys don't spend as much money as I did on all this camping stuff, right? This is what I would suggest, right? Don't go buy that small camping tent. You know, don't just buy whatever. If you're gonna do camping more than once, right? If you're gonna do camping just once, go to Walmart, get that $20 small camping tent, some pillows and blankets, and you're set, right? But if you're gonna go camping a little bit more, invest in this. Definitely invest in this. I know it's expensive because the tent, the canopy was about 100. The tent was about 110. 25. So that's 245. 50, 65. Let's say 70. 280. 380. 400. I would say anywhere between 450 and 500 is probably what I spend for this setup. Now I know it sounds a little bit like $500. That's crazy, right? But it's not crazy when you're camping in Texas. Like, if you ever camped in Texas or anywhere hot for that matter, I use Texas because we're here, right? But if you ever camped anywhere that's hot or too cold, you know that you need the correct gear to not be miserable, you know, to enjoy the time that you are here, right? And that's the reason why I did all of this, because I didn't want to come and be like, oh god, I still gotta go camping and, you know, getting that little small tent and, like, you know, blah 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 blah, carry all this stuff. No more. We're gonna try to keep this set up, and we'll see how it goes on the next camping adventure, which is going to be in Lake I can't remember, but it's about 30 minutes from Rowlett or 20 minutes from Rowlett, and it looked really clean. They actually have pads, not just for right here, not just for the table and roof, but they also have a pad for your tent, so it's even more level. Hopefully it's fun, and it's a really good place to fish. Me personally, I don't fish anymore because I don't catch and cook. I catch and release, and to me there came a point where I was like, there's no point in catching and releasing. There's a point in catching and eating. I'm okay with that, but catching and releasing, I don't know. To me, it's just weird now. But I did used to go fishing all the time. But anyways, we're gonna head over to that camp and check it out. But for now, we're gonna start putting all this up.
Okay, y'all, as we put up the third evolution, you'll notice how much faster it is than the first evolution. Also, since this trip, I upgraded some gear and will be trying some new setup. So, we will have a fourth evolution at the next camping trip. So make sure to subscribe to find the best camping gear and save money in the process.